everybody, trusting you don't know the big picture, but the big picture is all infinitely correlated.
Hi, welcome to Moment of Awakening. My name is Solana.
And I'm John Gidmanson.
And we're here discussing Deepak Chopra's new book, Buddha, A Story of Enlightenment. And interspersed with these discussions, we're going to be going to an interview that I had with Deepak about the book. Deepak Chopra is the founder of the Chopra Center for Well-Being. He's a preeminent teacher of Eastern philosophies in the Western world, and he's been a best-selling author for decades. In the book, in the introduction, Deepak tells us that he writes the book as a story of a sacred journey, fictionalized in many ways, but psychologically true, as a story of what the seeker feels like on the path, so that we can see ourselves in Buddha, a normal human being who experienced intense suffering but achieved enlightenment. The book starts out with Buddha as a young man, in line for the throne, and he is entrapped in his father's kingdom and yearns for the outside world. Betrayed by those closest to him, he leaves everything. Alone to face his demons, he embarks as a wandering monk. He starts a spiritual fast that brings him almost to the brink of death. And ultimately, he realizes his inability to be able to conquer his body and mind by sheer will. He then transcends his pain and achieves enlightenment. And to define enlightenment is not necessarily an easy thing to do, because enlightenment is a state that is beyond the mind. But we could define enlightenment as a state of total freedom. We could say that it is a state where we experience ourselves as a being that is connected with all. In the state of enlightenment, we could say that we have the ability to see life just as it is, and we lose our filters and our judgments. And we are able to see the unity in all things. And as a result of this, our natural self emerges. And this natural self is a being that is naturally calm, peaceful, loving, joyful, and compassionate. We can have a sense of peace within ourselves even if we seem to be living in what may be described as a chaotic life. Our intention here is to inspire others to open to the realization of awakening. And perhaps some people even recognize that they've already had a glimpse into this reality, that they've already had a glimpse into what it feels like to be that natural self. And John here is a film tech, and he has been working with me on editing the film. And John had never heard of Deepak Chopra before. And in the midst of editing the film, we were having all these discussions about what it was that Deepak was talking about. And then sort of magically and mysteriously, we started to have these sort of synchronistic events that would happen sometimes right there when we were listening to what Deepak was saying, and then sometimes just in the time that we've been taking to edit this film, which has been like almost 2 months, outside in our lives, we would also have these events that could be connected to what Deepak was saying. So there was this sort of magical transformation that was going on in all these realizations, and we were sort of living the experience of what Deepak was talking about, where he talks about embracing everything and not knowing how things will turn out. So it's been really quite an experience. And then also in the midst of that, I found out that John had had his own awakening experiences as a child. And he's going to tell you more about that later. But right now, we're going to go to the interview where Deepak is talking about how the internet is a reflection of our souls as a collective soul coming together as one unit, and how we can use that, or we can see value in that as what we call a sangha. And a sangha here is defined as a group or of people coming together for a purpose.
It's like the cloning of our collective soul out there.
That's one thing that we're hoping to do, is that if we educate enough people about this awakening,
Mhm.
that people are waking up and
Mhm.
people realize, if they open their minds to the possibility that, oh, I can wake up,
Yes,
then
absolutely.
there's more of people
Right.
opening their
It's
consciousness.
the value of Sangha, but now the
Ah.
Sangha is there in the cyberspace as well.
Right. Right, we have the Sangha of the internet, which can
That's
be
right.
an amazing gift for
Mhm.
us, and send this knowledge out that we can at these times. And not only can we, but people are. So I always say,
That's right.
let's get on the bandwagon.
Absolutely.
People are doing it, so let's join the forces, and then that's the way that we make a change in the
Yes,
world.
absolutely.
So for those people that are looking to make a change, then we look to ourselves,
Mhm.
wake up, we can then see the truth of reality,
Absolutely.
and then from that place make
Just
a
remember
change.
those three things: service, transformation, connectivity. That's it.
Service, transformation, our own personal transformation.
And connectivity.
And the connectivity is, we can either
Sharing.
have the Sangha, we can either have our own groups,
Mhm.
or if we're doing it through the internet, or
Absolutely.
whichever way. For people that don't, I have known some people who feel like, oh, they don't have any people around them.
Yeah, we have a site where we're trying to catalyze and facilitate that. It's called Alliance for a New Humanity, and the
Oh.
website is anhglobal.org. Taking this idea to a practical level globally.
And that is to give people like a Sangha, a place that they
Yeah,
can
but
go
also to try and achieve that critical mass that we're talking about.
by having enough people connected that
And
awake
transforming and sharing
and
and
sharing.
serving. Yes, all those
Oh,
three things.
That's great.